I put myself between the charging ogre and our wizard, and raised my shield to deflect his blow.
Alright, sounds like defy danger to me. Roll plus strength.
Well, that's a 4.
Good news, mark XP. Bad news, the heavy blow tosses you about 20 feet into a pile of what looks like vines. As you land, the vines begin to move around you.
Oh, wait, what? I want to discern realities. Okay, got an 8. That means one question, right? What's about to happen?
As the tendrils begin to make noise and move closer to your friend, it becomes apparent he's about to listen to that D&D podcast.
Hey.
Is it in yet?
3, 4, 5 seconds, 6. I just realized I'm still recording video. Hold on, let me stop that and then.
There's an entire subreddit devoted to that, by the way, Chris.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you for downloading this latest episode of That D&D Podcast. If you're listening to this episode, hopefully you listened to the previous one because some stuff went down and I'm not going to bother summarizing it because that's what the previous episode is for.
Or, hopefully you've listened to all the episodes because we're great.
Also
and
that.
heavily serialized.
Cereal. I'm Lucky Charms. No, I'm Golden Grahams.
Golden Grahams.
So let's just take it from the
Mini weights.
I'm clearly Cinnamon Toast Crunch because
Ooh,
adults
Golden
cannot
Grams.
see me. It's a rare genetic defect.
So, before we get to the nitty-gritty for this episode, let's go around the table and introduce ourselves. My name's Chris. I'm the DM, and the cool thing is I never have to roll dice. So all the bad shit that happens is all on the shoulders of the players.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and tonight I will be playing Voltus. Also, I'm not Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Please don't sue us, General Mills or Kellogg's or whoever the fuck.
Hi, I'm Mike J. Darkson Berard. I'm playing Rook this session, and not the DM, which is weird.
Hey, I'm Robert. Well, okay, fine, fuck me. I'm Robert. I'm playing the role of Bill, and I might have to defend myself today against some things that happened that were completely out of my control.
role of the accused.
Sam with my trusty dire dog Max, and I am trying.
Hi, I'm David. I play Zarko, the wizard, who has absolutely nothing to do with Bill's actions and would like to distance himself from him for legal reasons. His counsel said it was a good idea. So.
Zerko just constantly has a lawyer on retainer.
Well, yeah, you know, I've got a lawyer's skull actually.
Oh, okay.
Trials take a while. He can only ask the jury 3 questions a day, so.
I'm Adam. I'll be playing Auric the Rogue tonight, and I'm going to try to do more than one thing this whole session.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it goes for him. All right, so I don't even know where to start with this.
Bill killed a child.
Yeah, I was
So-
going to say, the recap from last week's episode is actually
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Bill killed a kid. He's in jail now, awaiting trial.
bad guys showed up. Voltus and Rook fronted. The citizens threw rocks. Bill killed somebody.
Allegedly.
And,
He
Renee's dog
allegedly
got burned.
deserved it.
Allegedly killed somebody.
He allegedly a child, but nobody.
No. There's no allegedly.
I'm sorry I killed that short adult.
Allegedly,
Yes.
300 people in the town saw me murder a child. Allegedly.
Allegedly a child, I like that one.
Allegedly a child because all that's left is a fine red mist.
Bill tries to put on the glove that they say that I was wearing when I killed a child. It just doesn't fit.
You know, Bill's gonna release a scroll in 3 years that says, "If I did it, here's how I would have done it." It's just like 3 sentences. Yeah, I punched that kid. What? Double jeopardy. I live in the woods.
Bill Audi.
So Bill Any.
Okay, so, the way the trials generally go in town is the speakers, who basically are the equivalent of attorneys here, they have 3 days to gather people who they will have act as witnesses. They have that much time to gather reference materials to help them in the case, that sort of thing. So that'll be, this time here. I guess let me explain the way trials work in First Conquest, and then we will get to see if anybody wants to do anything in the intervening time before the trial starts. Actually, okay, let me rewind it. I'll give you the names of the different people, and then we'll go through the way it goes. Okay, so the denounced is the person accused of the crime, so that'll be Bill. You have speakers who act as representatives for the city and for the denounced. The Inquisitor is the representative of the city's interest.
Hello.
And the Sentinel is the one who defends the denounced. You have 2 judges who in this town are called arbiters. They act as the final decision makers. And you have an orator? I don't know how to pronounce that word. Orator. Basically, it is an elected position given to one of the members of town. Basically, they speak for the voice of the flock, the people. So, you've got conception. Then you have revelation, basically our equivalent to opening arguments. The case is laid bare and introduced to the world. After that, you have the world of stone and word, where the case is shaped by the facts and evidence that are available. So this is where basically people would present their evidence, any sort of precedents that may exist, that sort of thing. And then there are the witnesses that are called. The Inquisitor gets to call one witness. They are called the pious mouth. The testimony from this person will give meat to their case and, sort of help work with the prosecution to sway the arbiters and the flock to your side. The person who is the witness for the defense side, they are the meek appeal. Their testimony will help to paint the denounced in a sympathetic manner, show that they're innocent in some way or another, or, hey, that they're more of a good person than a bad person, maybe. Finally, the last witness that gets called, they're called the Radiant Mind. The arbiters themselves will call a witness to the stand, and the speakers are allowed to ask that person questions, and then the arbiters get to ask some questions as well. After that, we go to remembrances. That's basically where the life of the case ends. Like the end of all lives, we celebrate the life that it lived. You recap the highs and the lows. Basically, it's the same as closing arguments here. You just go over, the points that you want to emphasize to get them fresh in everybody's mind. After that, the flock speaks. Though a life is gone, it touches those around it. The final voice is not that of an Inquisitor or the Sentinel. It's not even the voice of the denounced. It is the voice of the town itself, of the world itself. A townsperson is elected by the masses to speak for them. They must consider the things as they have been presented, and they give a recommendation to the arbiters. You must sit there, you must watch, and you must hope. Finally, everybody is dismissed except for the accused, the 2 speakers, and the arbiters, and we get a just record. Everyone disperses when all is said and done. The only ones who remain are those who I've just named. The only thing recorded is the outcome of this trial. It is decided here. The words and actions will fade into memory. So we've got some custom moves for that, which we'll get to when the time for the trial comes. So during these 3 days, I need Rook and Voltus to tell me how they're going to spend their time preparing for the trial. Any general ideas?
Step 1 for Voltus is probably going to be tracking down any family he can find of the kids, because he figured they would make a good witness.
Okay. Any family for the kid?
For the victim, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. What about you, Rook?
Well, prayer first and foremost. I believe that I mentioned my concept of defense to you in Hangouts earlier.
You did, and I think it's definitely interesting.
Yes. Also, Rook is going to seek out the arbiters or someone, a barrister, someone with knowledge of how law is practiced in the town, and make sure that he properly understands everything and adheres to it properly.
Gotcha. All right.
So I have questions about that as well, by the way.
Sure. Go for it.
So for the trial stuff, I don't see anything here about trial by combat or anything like that.
Yeah, usually when the arbiters make their decision, they also determine how the sentence will be carried out if there is one.
Okay.
So if you wanted to, maybe during your closing arguments, you could make a request, like, "Hey, look, so if he's guilty, maybe trial by combat." That sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay, so for the move for the conception phase of the trial, when you spend time before the trial preparing, roll 2d6. If you are gathering or consulting reference materials, roll 2d6 plus int. If you're not looking for any reference materials or anything like that, it'll just be the 2d6. So why don't you guys roll for me, and we'll go from there.
What's the website that we have our character sheets on?
Obsidian Portal.
Thank you. Kept going to Orokos for some
You
reason.
may also have a character sheet in Roll20. I know I do. I mean, it's the same roll for me regardless, so...
Rook, your int is +0, so there's that.
Whoa!
Wah, wah.
Okay.
Kaboom!
That's moderate justice, I guess.
It's like twice as high as yours.
Yeah.
Clearly the gods favor
Yeah,
my
but
side.
I'm learning from this, at least.
So, Voltus, you rolled a 4,
A little bit.
which means that the defense gets 1 hold to use during the case. There are certain moves that you can use during the case where you could spend hold to increase the bonus you roll from the stats. If Mike uses that 1 hold during the trial, you get an extra XP off of this failure.
Sweet.
Mike...
So really I'm just power leveling...
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
And Bill might not die.
I don't want to go that far.
Mike, you rolled an 8, so a 7 and 9, you get 1 hold to use during the trial. So just make note of that. So since Voltus gives you 1, you have 2 hold for right now. So while Voltus and Rook are doing their preparations, you guys have a few days. Would you all like to help with either side, or would you like to go do your own thing? Auric, Zarko, and Sam, what are you guys actually doing?
I know personally Auric is much more concerned by the Crimson Hand being in town, so he would definitely be tracking down the local chapter that he knows is operating here now.
How are you going about trying to find them?
I think using his past knowledge about how the Crimson Hand operates, they probably leave signs to indicate hideouts or other like strongholds or stash points. I can't think of the right word for that. Supply dumps.
Okay.
But
Like
yeah,
Dead drops.
Dead drops, yeah.
yeah.
Zarko feels like this whole Bill killing a kid thing is kind of an unfortunate distraction from the bigger problems, so he wants to help out Auric however he can.
All right, and Sam, what are you up to?
Trying to film, so I would be up. I probably would just make it known to anyone in the party that I would be up to helping them track down information either for Bill or on the Crimson Hand. I just really want to have something to do.
Gotcha. Do either of the people acting as speakers take Sam up on her offer, or if not you guys, then does Auric do it? I'm gonna give you first dibs on Sam's assistance.
Was that me?
Voltus?
Or
Voltus.
Voltus is not going to say no to help.
Did-
So Voltus is happy for the help.
Rook, do you want to try to enlist her help as well?
I think Rook is putting most of his faith in the gods. So it's not that he doesn't want Sam's help. He just thinks maybe that Voltus should get it.
All right. I guess I should have asked that before we did the.
Did I open a door you were unprepared to walk through? Come on. I got some candy.
Hey, Chris, come in this door.
I swear it isn't trapped.
I was saying I should have asked that before they went to prepare for stuff.
Tell you what, give him +2 on his roll because Sam's helping him.
Well, it would be a 6 still.
Boom!
Yeah. I honestly thought you knew that and you were just being a dick. Yeah,
I
good
was
plus 2
just-
won't even matter.
I was indeed being a dick.
Sam,
You know me well.
why don't you roll me 2d6, and we'll see if you're able to scrounge up anything on your own, since you're also helping him prepare. So, I guess y'all can both roll that. So,
Does it get a modifier of any kind? or is it just
you don't have
2d6?
any reference materials, since I think
right, okay.
Voltus wants to just track people down. So that wouldn't be any reference materials or anything. So just 2d6.
9.
9.
I never get any experience points.
In one of your dice was higher than both of mine combined, and the other one was my higher die.
I was about to say, it'll be really great if you also roll a 4, and then friggin' Rook's gonna have all this hold for other people fucking up.
Right, he's gonna walk in and be like, I got all this shit, and we're gonna be like, hi, we're here.
Yeah, but he punched a baby.
So Sam, what did you end up uncovering that would be useful for the trial?
Oh.
It could be people, it could be maybe legal precedent for this sort of thing.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. I found some people who talked about cases in the past where people who were townsfolk that everyone liked got off easily for similar crimes. Crimes committed in the heat of passion, or without knowing what was going on, or extenuating circumstances, and everyone was like, well, extra punished for similar or even lighter. Does that make sense? So Bill was being targeted because he wasn't an old standing family of first.
I'm the prosecution.
I was gonna say, well, you gotta remember, you're helping the prosecution on this one.
Oh, I wasn't paying any attention to that.
Our case is he's not even from around here. What the fuck? String him up already.
You see any other green people in here? No, sir. Alright, so Auric and Zarko. Zarko, you're helping Auric, so why don't you roll me an aid or interfere roll?
And we'll leave that up to you, that choice.
Yeah, it'll be 2d6 plus your bond with him, which I believe is a 1. Yeah, roll that for me, and then let me know how you're helping or hindering his search for the Crimson Hand.
So are we helping each other?
Well, he's
or-
the main one who's searching, since he has prior experience.
Okay, alright. Oh, I see. Auric's just posting the text of it, so I got confused.
11. Very nice. So would you like to give him a +1 or a -2 to his roll?
Yes, I would like to give him a +1. I told him I would help him with this.
Alright, so Auric, why don't you, if you're looking for signs of things, I guess that would be a discern realities? I would say either discern realities, or I could see a case for spout lore if you're trying to consult your accumulated knowledge on their operations. So if you're trying to use just your previous experience, you could use that, or if you're trying to look through the town for signs of dead drops and stuff, that would probably be discern realities.
Yeah, I think more hitting the streets, looking around is probably closer to what he would be doing.
Okay, so let's go with discern realities then.
Adam, you and your fucking dice.
Was that with the +1?
Sorry, my headset cut out. What was that?
You got a 12.
Yeah, you got a 12 either way, I was just curious. So you get to ask me 3 questions from the list.
Let's see. I guess what here is useful or valuable to me. These don't really quite fit.
Yeah. So what here is useful to you? You guys, as you explore the town, you're noticing that there are... basically the easiest way to put it is it looks like a handprint on walls, on some sewer grates, that sort of thing, that just look like they were made out of blood. So it's basically a crimson hand.
Subtle.
Yeah. It could be people trying to instill fear. It could be actual dead drop spots. It could be masking the real ones with a crap ton of fakes. But there are quite a few of these popping up.
Okay. Using these signs, markers that I found, there's probably some that are more important than other ones. So I'm going to use who's really in control here to try to identify where the main headquarters would be or whatever.
What location is really in control?
Yeah, where's the control location? The control.
There are a few places. There is an abandoned house near one of the walls, and there is a warehouse down by the merchant area. Those two seem more frequently traveled, which is a bit weird given the fact that both of them are sort of run down and dilapidated looking from the outside. So the odds are whoever is running things probably has ties to these buildings or is using them.
And I think I'll go with what is about to happen. Like, looking at what signs I've found, I might be able to figure out what their next move is from the whatever, like what they have stored or what they're hoarding here.
Yeah, you went into some of the buildings to see what they had?
Yes.
House near the edge of town, it had... it took you a while to break the cipher, but it was a copy of the guard rotation. And the warehouse, way in the back, in a box that seemed like it was full of hay, but in the bottom of it, you found a few sets of armor that was, at first glance, a pretty good approximation of the town guard armor. So, odds are, what is going to happen here soon is there's going to be an infiltration.
Right.
Bobby, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. How are you passing your time in the jail?
In the clink.
I find the biggest person that I can see and shiv him.
Punch him too.
Well, you're in isolation and you're the biggest person around, so...
So, Bobby, are you prepared to create a new character?
Please hold. You're awaiting trial, so you are in a different section than most other people, but there is a time where you go to, like, the mess hall area.
Okay, I grab my food tray and hit the biggest person.
You grab his dinner tray and just, like, lop a dude's head off with it.
Gross.
That's exactly.
Somehow I don't feel like First Conquest has a very, robust prison system where they have a large number of inmates, like in a Oz-style prison.
Yeah, this one is relatively small. It's probably 10 people or so, with about 5 guards. Do you really want to hit somebody over the head with your food tray?
Yes.
Okay, roll a d6 to...
God damn it, no.
Have you previously made any sorts of signs of hostility towards this person?
No.
Okay, well they're not expecting it, so roll me some damage.
I mean, what would I roll if I'm unarmed? I'm assuming they didn't let me bring my club in here.
As a fighter, your damage is always the same. So whether you were using your fists or a cafeteria tray or a truck, it'll be a d10 every time.
So now you're out for double murder.
Jesus Christ.
Maybe he thinks he can just bludgeon his way throughout the trial.
Ain't nobody seen me do it.
First witness, Bobby just like rips his head off.
No, is that what he says? He like looks around at all the other prisoners and like nobody saw me.
They
do
hit him
this.
over the head with a billy club and drag him out. And he's like, "What did I do? What did I do? What did I do?"
You call your first witness. This guy is coming in a wheelchair because he's paralyzed now.
I mean, I guess sometimes nothing is a real cool hand.
So do I get like 12 points of hold, one for every point of damage?
Hey man, look, if I'm gonna be stuck in here for life,
May as well make it short.
I gotta make sure I'm top dog.
You're gonna be in there for life, but I mean, I don't think the sentence is gonna be as long as you think.
So, Jesus Christ. Okay. Adrian Cook is sitting at the table, eating his gruel with bits of meat in it.
Meat?
It's meat with quotation marks and a question mark. Like, it's not the best food ever. Bill comes up and brains him over the back of the head, and after the man loses consciousness, Bill keeps on swinging, and once the tray breaks, he grabs him by the back of the head and hits his face into the solid wooden table. There is a crack, and there's no more resistance from the man as blood pools on the table and then drips between the segments onto the ground.
But right before that happened, he was talking to his friend across the table. They finally found me innocent. I get to go see my kids tomorrow.
I get out tomorrow.
Bill, roll me 2d6 and take the higher number unless you want to resist arrest or detainment. So you take 5 damage.
Okay.
2 guards come up with wooden clubs, bludgeon you over the head, and subdue you enough to drag you out to a higher security cell.
I didn't do nothing!
He's going for the insanity defense.
Apparently. It's my orc blood. I can't help it. I'm just so passionate.
I had to kill that dragon. He was going to kill us all.
This is in the morning. What we're going to do is we're going to fast forward to nighttime for you, Bill. That night, you get a visitor way after the normal visiting hours.
It's the Dark Brotherhood.
He hands you a piece of paper with a handprint. We know. It's a woman. She's a bit short. She's got kind of long black hair, olive
Headed
skin.
out the
She's
town
wearing
gate, the guard
some closely
informed me
gathered
that there were
robes,
strange figures that would
and
have been coming out of the forest and
she seems to be probably late
standing
middle age or so.
about, staring apparently for hours. And
She comes up to your cell, close enough for where pretty much only you can hear, but not close enough to be in grabbing range.
She's learned.
Thanks for specifying that.
She says, "You're an easy person to find, but an expensive person to get to talk with."
Okay.
What was the point of that show earlier?
What show?
Killing another defenseless person? When you're already in jail? There must be some sort of indecipherable plan behind it, no?
I didn't do that.
Sure you didn't.
Alright, I did.
You're the easiest member of your little group to find, due to your limited range of movement.
Yeah, the fact that I'm in jail? Is that what you're talking about?
She's got like a magical tracking anklet on.
Do you know where I can find Auric?
Who?
Do you know Auric?
No? I mean, a little. Yes.
I'd heard you were associated with him. Do you know where I can find him?
No, I haven't really been getting a lot of outside information about where my party is.
Fair enough. If you see him, tell him an old friend will be waiting at the fountain. Would you be willing to pass that along for me?
Why would I do that?
A favor for a favor, let's say.
What kind of favor?
A lady never tells.
Then neither does a man.
Okay. She hands you a small wooden figurine. Doesn't seem to be anything super special. And walks away. She doesn't really hand it to you. She puts it kind of on that horizontal bar that keeps the other bars up, and then turns around and walks out.
What's it look like?
It looks like a little soldier. He's got different colored, like the armor is it was probably well painted at one point, but it's worn away with time.
Bill grabs it and cracks it in half.
You have a broken soldier. I hope you're happy.
Maybe I can stab somebody with this thing.
It's not enough that you killed the kid. You broke his favorite toy, too.
He's not gonna miss it.
Sam, you live outside of the town. On your way out, one of the guards stops you and he says, "You may want to find lodging in the town tonight, ma'am. I know you're a capable tracker and hunter and everything, but we've seen some things out there that
Some shit.
they're worrisome. People emerging from the woods and standing there for hours and watching. Dark clothes, barely visible in the shadows of the trees. We've only seen a few of them, but where they've been coming out, we've seen trees with red handprints on them. Auric, do you guys have like a designated meetup spot now that you've, done a couple little quests and things together?
Dead drops.
Yeah, at least coming back, Sam and Zarko both know where I live. I don't know if everyone does, but
So are you searching for the Crimson Hand, like, out late into the night, or did you kind of turn in?
sorry, I don't know if you're talking to me. My headset just crapped out on me.
Yeah. Did you turn in for the night, or are you trying to stay up extra late looking for clues and that sort of thing?
No, I think I'm back home and I'm going through some of my old stuff to see what I could find about or if any kind of clues from my past. And I got quiet again, I think. Yeah. So yeah, back at home, sort of digging through my old stuff.
Okay. So you're doing your at-home research, and you get a knock on the door.
And I will answer.
It's Sam.
Hey Sam, come on in.
Headed out the town gate, the guard informed me that there were strange figures that would have been coming out of the forest and standing about, staring apparently for hours.
Yeah, that does sort of sound like it jives with what I found earlier. I think they're planning something with the town guard, either infiltration or taking over. Yeah, I don't know what to do with this information. I don't know if there's anyone in town that trusts us enough that we can bring this evidence to.
Would say that perhaps the captain of the guard might at least be interested to know, since the guard have seen them standing about creepily in the forest.
Well, I probably wouldn't be welcome in the guard captain's office. But I will provide with you this guard rotation schedule that I found in one of their hideouts, and you can take that to and let them know that they're being spied upon.
Is there anything that might help them to...
Well, unfortunately, from what I know of the Crimson Hand, they were just a band of thugs. I never knew any about this crazy fireball magic in the sky stuff.
Huh.
So yeah, it's sort of a mystery to me of where this all came from. But yeah, as for the guards, they're probably just gonna get taken out.
Douche. Bam! Higher ranking supervisors, like, she's not friends with any of them, but because she often they know who she is, that she's established that kind of relationship, so they would assume she has information to give them.
Great, thank you.
Sam, as you head for the door, I guess you're leaving, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As you head to reach for the door, someone is banging on the other side of it.
Were you expecting anyone else, Oric?
No.
This is like panicked, frantic, bang, 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 bang.
I'll see who it is. Yeah, I will.
Okay. Right after you open it to see who it is, you catch your aunt's open palm to the side of your face as she slaps you. Says, "You son of a bitch! This is your fault."
What? What's my fault?
She shoves a crumpled up note into your, just pushes it into your chest.
Read it.
It says, "Tell the thief to bring the amulet, or your family tree will be pruned once more."
I don't have the amulet. I tried to tell them this before. I don't have what they're looking for.
They've got Griff, so you need to figure out what it is they're looking for, and you either need to find it, or you need to make something that looks like it to get them to stop killing our family members.
Okay, well, Griff's still a member of the town guard, right?
Yes.
So, okay. We'll find Griff. We'll get him back.
For your sake, you better. She storms off, yelling to all the town guard that she passes to, "Why aren't you looking for him? He's one of you." They basically give her the, "We have orders, we can't abandon our posts" sort of thing.
Yeah, we never did quite see eye to eye. Yeah, I guess when you go to the town guard, if you could ask after my cousin to see what they know about his disappearance, I'd appreciate it. His name's Griff, if you didn't hear. Thanks.
Okay, so aside from Bill, since he is in solitary right now, what does anybody want to do?
Zarko had a really bright idea.
Light the town on fire?
Catch a guardsman on fire? Sorry, continue.
Talk to Oric about what some of these signs that he thinks are legit are.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I'm going to do is cast invisibility on myself and then wait to see somebody like drop something off and find out what happens. Like try and track somebody that way.
I like it. Okay. So, Oric, which ones... Do you tell him about both of the weird dead drops that you found stuff, or one in specific, or which one do you tell him you guys should focus on?
I want to say the one where we found the schedule probably seems more like a planning area, whereas the armor is... You said that was down by the docks, right?
The warehouse is down by like the merchant area, so yeah, it's sort of near the docks. And the abandoned house that had the schedule is close to the wall, somewhat near one of like the stairs that lead up to the wall for like the guards to walk and stuff.
Yeah, I think if people are passing stuff in and out of town, they're going to be doing it closer to the wall. So that seems like a better area to try to spy on for now. I'll tell you about both, obviously, Zarko, but that's where I would suggest you focus your efforts tonight.
Alright, so why don't you give me your cast a spell check and see how bad this goes.
If by bad you mean able to rescue the president.
I don't know. There's ninjas, man. Of course you rolled a 12. So you say your invisibility spell, and where there once was a Zarko, there's just a pop and a gush of wind.
Wait, did he just unsummon himself?
As far as anybody can see, yes, he unsummoned himself.
Banished self.
Voltus needs to learn that trick.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, so did you go to the house or the warehouse, Zarko?
The one where the plans were at.
It's probably close to midnight, 1 a.m. at this point. You don't have a pocket sundial, so you can't tell time super accurately.
Especially not at night.
Oryx is real special. It works in caves, and it depends on... You just have to hold the torch just right.
Okay.
You know, at the perfectly right angle.
Where the sun should be.
Right.
He paid extra for the premium version.
He didn't buy the DLC, though.
Ah,
so
God damn it, you
change
beat me
the
to it.
skins.
Yeah, that's a ripoff.
On Sundial DLC. This is bullshit. What was I going to say? Sorry. I got sidetracked.
It's clearly
by
on
dumb...
Sundisk DLC.
Oh, God. You make it real hard to brain.
Yeah, it could be worse. We could be talking about whale genitalia.
Yep.
Whale vaginas. So yes, it's about 12:30 or 1 o'clock when you see two people approach this house. They walk by it once, and then they kind of come around the block again, and then they walk by again, and then one of them stops to... It looks like he's adjusting the lacing on his boots, and you see him looking back and forth, and then he coughs, and then the other one quickly disappears inside the door.
I'm gonna follow the guy that didn't go inside.
He walks across the way to a house, like they turned off their torches inside, you know, their lanterns or whatever, maybe half an hour or so ago, so they're probably asleep. But he's leaning up against the wall and just looking up and down the main walkway over here, looking for signs of life.
You should get your unseen servant to pull down his pants. Or tie his bootlaces together.
He's just flipping a coin in the air, absent-mindedly,
Heads.
while he waits.
Heads.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, while invisibility is ongoing, I can't cast a spell.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Then you tie his bootlaces together.
I think some ongoing spells... I think other ongoing spells like add a -1 to casting while you have them ongoing. But invisibility specifically says you can't cast other spells while you're invisible.
Yep. So if you wanted to, you could totally cast a spell as you come visible and totally scare the shit out of this guy.
Cast the spell dramatic entrance, yes.
I could...
You're basically playing Halo with a lag switch right now. Like, you appear and that dude's fucking dead.
I could, but trying to wait for a moment, try and see if, I can get some information without interacting with them directly.
This guy seems like a lookout, not an actual thingy type.
Well, Zarko doesn't have a lot of experience with criminal enterprise.
You should come visit Bill.
So he's going to keep on flipping his coin, unless you would like to interfere with him. Let me know now if so, and if not, I will skip us forward a few minutes.
Yeah, I'll wait around for a few minutes.
Okay. A few minutes later, the guy who slipped in slips back out, closes the door super quietly, and then he walks back up to his friend, and they walk off down the street together, and he says, "All right, looks like we're set for midday tomorrow." He says, "You know the place?" And the one who was flipping the coin says, "Yeah." And then the first one who went inside says, "Okay, well, I'll see you there then." And
All right, I'm going to keep following the one who's got the coin.
Okay. They split off in different directions. One of them heads further into town, and the guy with the coin starts making his way to the one of the smaller gates of town that's usually more lightly guarded, and tries to make his way back out into the woods.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to... So you've sort of decided I can cast a spell to dismiss the invisibility, or...
The attempt to cast a spell will cancel invisibility, regardless of whether it's successful or not.
So what I'm going to do is, like, I'm waiting... So the guy's coming up to the gates, you know, it's laid out, there's not many people there. I'm going to go and touch the guy's shoulder and cast Charm Person on him.
Nice. All right, well, roll that for me, and we'll see how nice it actually ends up being. Roll a 26 or something stupid.
On 2d6 plus 3.
13.
That's pretty stupid.
Yep.
Right, so he was super confident that he was making it out of here completely unseen, and then all of a sudden, as he's almost clear, he's almost to the gate, he feels the shoulder on his hand, he feels a hand on his shoulder, and his blood runs cold for a second, and he thinks, "Oh, they caught me. I'm gonna have some explaining to do." And he turns around and, oh man, it's his old buddy. But God, what was this guy's name? Oh, it's embarrassing. Hey guy, how's it going?
Oh, hey, you old so-and-so. I'm glad I ran into you. Hey, I forgot. You know, what, we got that thing going down, don't we?
Shh. You trying to get us killed, man?
Oh, sorry. Right, it's all hush-hush. Where are we meeting again?
You know you're going to get in trouble if you keep forgetting this kind of stuff. Aren't you the one who's always forgetting this kind of stuff?
I forget.
You need to learn how to, read or take notes. Anyway, okay.
They told me not to take notes.
True, fair enough. Okay. So you know the center of town where they had the big fireball?
Yeah.
Okay. If you go north of that towards the docks, the 3rd street off to the left, 2 buildings down, there's a meeting house. We keep that one unmarked, remember? Since that was one of our special ones. That's where we keep the good stuff. We're meeting there, and then we're going to do our replacement, if you know what I mean.
We were going to replace the... No, I don't know what you mean.
You're terrible at this. The cards, man! We're gonna swap some of us with some of the guards.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna...
So when the boss comes to knock at the gate, we can make sure the door's open. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, nobody's expecting us to come early. The big sky face gave them 10 days. They're not gonna be ready. We're gonna hit them early. Anyway, are you coming with me to the woods, or do you have your base up in here? I swear. I mean, look, I know we're friends, which is why I'm telling you this stuff. But for the life of me, I can't even remember where the hell you live.
I'm just crashing, I can't stay down in one place too much. But you know what? Hit me up at the usual spot, and I'll buy you a drink next time, okay?
Thanks, man. And he tries to give you a little fist bump, and then he tries to sneak back out of the gate.
All right, Zarko's gonna go talk to Auric.
So, Auric, you get another knock at your door at 1 o'clock in the damn morning.
Well, I guess I am expecting Zarko to come back eventually.
Yeah.
Since he was there, he left from here. So yeah, I'll answer door.
It's Zarko.
Auric, I've got some big news for you.
Do tell.
Their boss is coming to town.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all.
No, it's not good. And the reason why their boss... Well, okay, I don't know why their boss is coming to town, but They're going to try and replace some of the city guard so that they're disguised to let the boss in tomorrow.
Jeez. I don't know much about this guy, but I know him being here is going to be really bad for this town. And this is something we have to stop. We can't let them replace the town guard.
Well, can't we just go and stop them from doing this replacement? I mean, I know where they're meeting.
Yeah. Stopping or
It's too bad. It's too bad Bill killed that kid. We could really use his help.
well, we can at least get the majority of people together then and stop them. I'm sure the other guys can stop reading some books for a little while to save the city for, the second or third time.
I mean, maybe if we tell them they're heretics, Voltus will help.
Well, they're definitely heretics. Remember they were yelling at them in the sky last night or earlier yesterday? They didn't seem to like them very much, so I think we'll have no problem with getting them on board for killing heretics.
Voltus starts pounding on the door. You said heretics! You said heretics! I heard it like 3 fucking times, guy. Let me in.
We didn't even look in a mirror.
He's all out of breath. Someone said heretics, and I came as fast as I could.
I bet he did.
At the window.
So yeah, I think having a welcoming committee when they show up tomorrow is a good idea.
So currently it is about 2 a.m. What do the two of you want to do, and is anybody else up at this point?
Well, I mean, Zarko wants to go to bed. He's been up for a bit. He needs to rest, recharge his spells. But
I said that this was starting midday tomorrow. Was the meeting?
yeah.
Yeah. So first thing in the morning, we can get people together and
Oh, totally.
take over this meeting point. So yeah, I don't have anything else for this night. If we want to move time.
Anybody else doing anything in the wee hours of the morning, or should we fast forward to dawn time?
Well, we've got a trial to commence, right? So I'm sure that Rook and Voltus are...
I think we've got 2 days until that
Off
starts.
Yeah, they gave you
Overlapping.
3 days
I mean-
to prepare, so you've got 2 days now because the first day is gone.
I headed straight from Oryx to the guard town. What is it, the guard headquarters? I can't word.
The guardhouse.
Guardhouse. There we go. I can word.
Okay. Are you looking for any guardsmen in particular, or just a person to tell a thing to?
About the weirdos in this. Apparently, I can't word. Never mind.
You just walk in and say, "Let me speak to your manager."
Escalate me.
Is your manager here?
They know who she is. That she's established that kind of relationship. So, it wouldn't be like a higher ranking guard on duty. They would assume she has information to give them.
Like a comfortable business-like relationship sort of thing, where you're acquainted with each other and you both feel like you're all on the up and up sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. They go get one of the... There's a few lieutenants, and then... Is a captain higher than lieutenant? I don't know anything about military ranking. I'm going to say probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So, they get one of the lieutenants.
Depends on if you're a boat or not.
It's Evelyn. You've dealt with her a few times. She's paid you a little bit extra on the side to, go catch some wild game for her and bring it back, that sort of thing. She likes to spend some of her bonus money to eat nice. So she comes by. She's stretching a little bit. She's been sitting at her desk writing up reports for the incident, as it will come to be known for a while. She says, "Oh, Sam, I don't usually see you without Max here. What's up?"
Well, Max's experience that occurred earlier. So I'm on my own.
Oh, that's too bad. Is he going to be okay?
Isn't the vet's name Laurel? Yes, Laurel.
Yep.
He should be fine, but it's going to take a while. It's a little dicey right now.
Okay, well, if there's anything you need, we're all fans of the pup, so just let us know.
Well, I'm sorry to bother you so late at night, but when I was creepy strangers hanging out at the edge of the woods and said they've been doing that for... Well, I happen to know someone who's acquainted with them, and he's been trying to track them down and so of the guards' rotation, which makes me think that they're just thugs, so you didn't need any special knowledge or skills. You want to send them out in pairs or triplets instead of alone, at least for the next night or two.
Fantastic. It's always something with this town. And we just brought in a new batch of recruits, so it'll be...
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they're still doing training, so they're with their mentors, so... were there any names on that list, maybe? Anything circled, or just times? Thanks. I'll see if I can get a few copies of this made, and then we'll see if we can suss out some likely culprits, let's say.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I don't know mutations a little bit might throw them off their game. Like I say, they don't appear to be anybody super intelligent. They're kind of hit you on the sky now. Who knows what's going down?
Anything connected to a fireball in the sky is nothing that I want any part of. But took an oath when I took the job, so it's my business now, I guess.
Well, let me know if I find anything else out. I'll pass it along. Oh, and something about a missing guardsman named Griff. I don't know. I overheard something, and my friend asked if I could find out.
Let me check the logs, and she pulls out a big, heavy book and flips it open. She says, "Well, it says he reported for duty last night." Strange.
Huh. Where is he on duty tonight?
No, he had the late night shift, so he probably got off a few hours ago. It was he was on one of the shitty routes, but it was one of the routes that is usually there's less action, and what with his recent involuntary body modifications, we felt that light work would probably be better for getting him back up to speed. I mean, we know I think we have some documentation on where his mom lives, if you want to go check in there. Sure. She pulls up a roster scroll and goes a little bit off to the side, gives you some general directions to get to Aunt Rose's house, and asks you, "Hey, is there anything else you need, or is this..." Definitely, thanks. Good luck. Stay safe out there, and hopefully Max gets back up to his usual self soon. She just gives a little pat on the shoulder and says bye, and then goes back to her office.
I am probably not going to.
So, where would you like to stay for the night? Do you want to head back to your cabin? Sure. You arrive there. It's getting to be pretty early in the morning at this point, but Laurel's, she says, "Hey, you're a good customer. You're free to stay here as much as you need. I know you want to be near your pet, your friend. So, I mean, it's nothing super comfortable, but I've got a blanket I can give you and a pillow. Not a problem. Here you go." She has a side room attached to the animal doctor office where she sleeps. So, hopefully you get to sleep before she does, because she snores like a lawnmower or something if a lawnmower was invented. All right. If nobody wants to do anything, we'll go to the next morning. Okay, let's say it's 8-ish a.m. Everyone's awake somehow magically at the same time, and you're all free to do whatever the hell you want to do.
Bill wants to go to the mess hall.
Bill's not allowed back in the mess hall. A guard tosses you a bowl of slop through the gap in the bars. Funny thing about that is, though, the bowl is wider than the bars are, so he has to tilt it sideways, and most of it goes on the floor. And he says, "Eat up, monster. You better enjoy these last couple meals you get."
You just handed Bill a...
He's got another dinner tray to use.
You threatening me?
I didn't actually say that out loud.
Aw.
Oh.
Alright, I eat.
It's gross, but... Also, do you eat the stuff off the floor, or just the stuff that's in the bowl?
How hungry am I after I finish off what's in the bowl?
It's maybe... They didn't even give you a spoon. Like, it's just the bowl. So you get, use your 2 fingers, and you get maybe like 3 or 4 scoops worth, and a majority of it is on the floor.
So I'm guessing still pretty hungry after what's in the bowl.
Probably.
Yeah, whatever. You gotta eat.
Are you going to try to scrape it, or are you just going to, vacuum mouth it off the stone floor?
I scrape it into the bowl and then just drink it out of the bowl.
Okay. I expected him to just be like, whatever, and then, suckerfish it off the floor.
Most of this isn't even food. I don't care.
It's even better with the hay in it. I should do this more. Get some sort of texture aside from lump. So you guys have probably 4 or 5 hours until midday. Did anybody want to go visit Bill in jail? I don't think anybody's done that yet.
I mean, why would they?
I want to try rounding people up.
Yeah, we should get the posse back together.
Okay.
Does someone light the heretic symbol?
Big H in the sky.
So you could probably, ask around, or odds are you guys would have let each other know where you're going to be, at least, during the prep time before the trial. So you guys know at least where Voltus and Rook are, if you want to round them up.
Yes.
Okay. Who do you want to go visit first?
I'd like to just get them both together. I'm assuming they're at some sort of law book emporium. Bob's Law.
Bob's Law.
The Bob Law Blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Bob Loblaw's library.
That's good. Okay. Yeah, so there's a wing of the regular archive that has to do with legal proceedings and that sort of thing. So you can find the two of them there. Feel free to convince them to join your cause. I'm going to shut up right now.
So, does anyone want to kill heretics?
I'm in.
Yes.
Okay, so the guys that came in the sky yesterday are coming. They're coming back, and they're going to be taking over some of the town guard, and we need to stop this. They're going to be moving today. They're at about midday. They plan on taking over some of the town guards, so the leader of the Crimson Hand can make it into the city unchallenged. And I've never met the guy, but he's seriously bad news.
We're walking to the place where we murder heretics while you're explaining this, right? Because you had me at kill heretics.
How about we capture one of them to interrogate in front of the court later?
Also good.
One alive, yes, okay.
And not for very long, I would like to stress.
Underline.
Yeah. Like triple underline.
I don't know if we have any way of getting Sam on board either, but at least the four of us can head to the this meeting house.
Can we pay her or something?
Is Sam aware of this?
No, she doesn't know the house. She only knows that bad shit's going down eventually.
Alright, we'll go get her.
She's probably with her dog.
Do we know where the vet emporium is?
It's called Vet Shop.
Quick
Boys.
asking
Here,
around
let me
can
roll
lead you
2d6
to...
for finding the vet emporium.
Nice.
You snake eyes the balls out of that.
Animals? If I had an animal I wanted to eat, where would I take it?
Rook just gets arrested. So, I really care about animals. Really care.
They ask you ask where all the sick animals go, and you get pointed to the
the
tannery.
pet cemetery.
Rook is provided with the location of the restaurant with the highest Yelp reviews in town.
Get it, Yelp? Because animals make Yelp sounds.
Oh God.
And the rest of you, after you ask a guard in a way that isn't hurt foreleg fur where you get
No, he's speaking pure legalese at this point. Be it resolved, I will find the pet shop.
if one were to endeavor to legally acquire a four-legged beast hereby foreknown as an animal, wherein and thereupon, and the guy just has a seizure. Anyway, Laurel is the best known vet in town, so...
Laurel, like the Black Canary?
Yeah,
Cool.
except not terrible.
You take that back.
Never.
You could ask her for legal advice.
I'd rather ask her for boxing advice.
But she's bad at that.
She's also bad at the law.
Anyway, a little while later, Sam, you wake up. Laurel is clearing her throat to try to get your attention.
Voltus is just poking you.
Yeah, she's motioning over towards your friends who are standing awkwardly around you as you sleep.
Hi, we're gonna go, fight bad guys.
I will bring Sam up to speed about the guard replacement plans actually happening in a couple hours midday today. So we need to hurry up and get to this place where they're all gathering.
That sounds like a great.
Okay. The only thing that I want to try doing before we storm the gates is that they might have a hostage. So I want to see if I can get in undetected first to make sure that he's not hurt before we get a chance to stop them.
It's alright, Bill's already locked up.
Okay, so You guys are heading to. Are you heading to the town gate, or are you heading to the?
The meeting building.
Just wanted to make sure. You guys get there, and you can hear the sounds of a few people talking inside.
That D&D podcast is released under Creative Commons 2.0, Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivative License. Tell your friends about us, but don't chop out the good stuff, and don't sell our work. The intro music is The Last Ones by Jahzzar, that's Jahzzar. It can be found at the Free Music Archive. The outro music is Kopika, Kopeika, by Et, that's ET_, and can also be found at the Free Music Archive. All of their copyrighted content is owned by their associated copyright holder.